अब मैं हमारे विद्यार्थियों को ज्यादा इंतजार न कराते हुए उन हमारे मुख्य अतिथि से अवगत कराना चाहती हूँ, जिन इंस्टीट्यूट्स में जाने का हमारे विद्यार्थियों का सपना बना रहता है और भी जो युवा वर्ग है उनका सपना बना रहता है। आज वो हमारे साथ उनके डायरेक्टर जुड़े हुए हैं उन इंस्टीट्यूट के, शांतनु चौधरी सर। प्लीज सर, आप हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को मोटिवेट करें।
Namaskar. Let me thank Professor H.D. Charanji for giving me this opportunity to meet the students, to be here at Bikani Technical University and talking to students. It's a great occasion for me. The students जो इधर ये मीटिंग के लिए इधर आए हुए हैं, उनके पास जो सब्जेक्ट आपने दिए, that science as a fun, this is a great opportunity to look at. In fact, जेटली जी जैसे बात किए, he brought out the agents of change, how it is impacting, and talked about very nice stories. I shall just talk about some of the stories which are related to science, and then I shall talk about something, how the science, creativity, and innovation is linked. And the point is that we all read in the textbook, which ममता जी बताए थे कि 1835 Macaulay education के साथ वो English education was introduced, and which was basically for producing clerks. But also it is very important क्योंकि for the students are extremely important to know that there was also an Indian Renaissance, and which started happening late 19th century, and entire Indian science, modern Indian science got built during that period of time. And we should be really proud of those scientists. When today we are looking at Atmanirbhar Bharat, there has to be an inspiration. Inspiration is from the past ages. Historically, the scientists and the learned man about whom we have read, but also the scientists from India who have contributed immensely to modern science. अभी सारे बच्चों के पास मोबाइल फोन होंगे. मोबाइल फोन वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन, हम बोलते हैं वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन, वायर को कोई जरूरत नहीं है, हमने सिर्फ एयर में कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. कैसे कम्युनिकेशन होता है? We do it using electromagnetic waves, communication of messages via EM waves. Now, I don't know how many of our students really know that this was actually demonstrated, that such communication happens, can be done using electromagnetic waves by a scientist of Indian origin, using instruments, working in his own lab, and none of the instruments were imported. He's Jagadish Chandra Bose. He demonstrated in London, but the only problem had happened is, see, he was from that time India, which was a colony of Britishers, so that whole discovery was not projected much, and Marconi was given that whole this credit. But after 100 years, in fact, बीकानेर आपके इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में भी IEEE का स्टूडेंट चैप्टर होंगे शायद. After 100 years, IEEE formally declared Jagadish Bose as the person who really invented communication over electromagnetic wave. Today's wireless communication, mobile phones, which all of us are using, if you look at the science of its discovery, it's ours. It's an Indian discovery. So I think that's the whole inspiration we should draw, because we Indians have talent. They actually have done so many things across the world today. Okay. And here we should have that fun with science to be really creative. The question, see, for example, if I go back to the same story, the whole thing happens is that if there is a, uh, let's say, how science is related to creativity. I think that is something which is for our students who are in class 10, 11, 12 and doing science. And they're all being talked about today, this innovation and new technology development. Many of them ask question that we are reading science. Why? Science, from science, how can we do something new or do something uh, which is functional? Now let's go back to that. What is science? Science is that field which inspires you to solve mysteries of nature. हमारे आसपास जो प्रकृति है, इसका जो इसमें जो mysteries है, what is unknown, science actually solves those mysteries, trying to solve those mysteries. The story that we always read and refer to, that Newton discovered gravity, and when he saw the apple falling from the tree, he didn't actually discover, he actually figured out that there is something called a force because of which the apple is falling to the ground. That means he actually solved and give the reason for solving a mystery of nature. Now, if I solve a mystery of nature, how does it help me? Because as I solve a mystery of nature, I know the knowledge, okay? I get the knowledge to create something new, because whatever we create in this world, any of these technologies, they are all based on basic scientific principles. We actually know those scientific principles. We have understood those scientific principles which are embedded in the nature. And by looking at the nature, what is called observations, by looking at the nature, by analyzing the nature, I can solve those mysteries. So scientists are, as if you have studied detective stories, if you know about Sherlock Holmes, scientists are also Sherlock Holmes, because they are actually solving mysteries which are all around. Okay, say for example, today, if you look at this mobile phone again, if we go back to the mobile phone, this whole discovery, if some of the class 12 people have also have read the Maxwell's equations, okay, which actually tells how electromagnetic wave propagates. It tells about the electromagnetic energy. Now, all these things are existing in the nature. In my all around me, there are these electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic energy around. And scientists could figure that out. If I just look at in just looking into this world, we shall not possibly realize that. But when I look at the star and see that there is a light reaching to my eye for millions of miles away, how is it possible? That means something is coming from there. Now, therefore, energy is traveling, because I'm not getting nothing is hitting me, but still I can see the light. Now, and that was obviously the whole idea came from looking at sun, because sun is giving us energy. Because of sun, we are actually growing the crop. So something is coming. Something is coming from these celestial bodies. And what is coming? So somebody said there must be waves coming. And over the centuries, the people try to formulate the theory of the waves, how it came, how the heat gets propagated. Okay. And because of that, today you have got, in fact, if you look into that, all transportation systems which are there, is nothing but from the origin that there is the energy transmitted, there is a heat generated, and heat can be exploited for doing various tasks. Now I'm linking, try to see, I'm trying to link steam engine. Steam engine is what? You actually boil water, steam generates, and steam pushes the engine. That used to be the first time these railways started moving. Today, the same principle is used for generating electric power from thermal power plants. Right? So we have this energy from thermal power plants. Now, that something can be heated to generate energy that came from the fact that they found that that sun is there is sunlight, and because of that things get heated up, and that heated up generates crops, and you can get crops and actually get energy. Now if you link this whole thing up, in fact that goes into science, and this science gets linked with the philosophy. So if you look at this entire story of the philosophy that Indian philosophy has built, and lots of these ideas where even we address sun as a source of energy for us, that in the everyday morning we actually pray to sun. All this is linked with the concept of energy. So when there was a mystery, people did not know, then there was a kind of philosophical perspective to these natural phenomena. But as the human spirit of inquiry continues, because human mind and human being is actually characterized by their ability to question, the spirit of inquiry. They started questioning things and then started discovering the phenomena, which gradually built up the science of today. As we get the science, we actually start becoming creator again. As a creator, we have started creating things. So all are mystery. In fact, if you go back, say, why does a tree grows? Now again, it's linked with sun. If sun is not there, tree dies. If it is not on the sunlight, tree dries. A plant cannot grow. That was observed by the scientists. And why does plant grow? And growing there must be a life. That whole question comes up. Therefore, a living being requires sunlight to grow, because that is a very obvious experiment any one of you can do, that if I allow the sunlight to come from a particular direction, plant will grow in that direction. There's a locomotion of the plant for light, for energy, which is linked to the living, that the whole uh, basic nature of the living world to survive. Therefore, if we come to it, I have actually, if you see, I have tried to link energy, sunlight, surviving, and even your steam engine, thermal power plants. So there is a unifying theory, in fact, unifying thought, which is not just a scientific thought, but it's a science and philosophy put together. And that enables us to understand the world. And this understanding world is the key point of trying to discover things. And the moment I discover things, I can create technologies. And today, if we talk about that, next generation technologies because of artificial intelligence. Now, what is artificial intelligence? What was the origin of artificial intelligence? The same question is that, what is human intelligence? People try to understand what is human intelligence. Once they actually, so if you look at, again, there is a philosophical question, the whole issue of consciousness, if we talk about, the consciousness is a concept which is there in classical Indian philosophy. And today, if you look at AI or artificial intelligence research, people are talking about consciousness and its mathematical form. And there are different interpretations of the same thing. But since we are trying to look into what is our mind, we have discovered things which can be used to solve our problems. So I can make something similar and as intelligent as human being using machine so that many of these problems can get solved and can be done efficiently. Now, when I'm talking about COVID, see, COVID is changing our life. We're getting into what is called contactless economy. Now, how will this contactless economy happen? A very important component of contactless economy is a robo, okay? And the robo gets guided by artificial intelligence. So therefore, today's a disease itself, which is changing us, and we can actually tackle problems posed by this disease because of their quest, because of our quest to understand human mind. Because we have carried out that whole research to understand human mind, I can actually build robo which can enable me a touchless economy. So the key point is that any innovation, anything new which is happening today is because of asking questions. And fun of science is that of asking questions. If I see something, why that is happening, it's a question of why. As a student, I shall consider myself lucky if I could be student whole along my life so that I can continue to ask why something is happening. Can I really take up the journey to understand why that is happening? In fact, that is the science. And science and that people that excites all of us. We are engineered, but we are in a some sense, since we are in an academic institution, we are engineering scientists. We are also engineering innovators. But when I create something, the whole motivation comes from that of trying to understand why such a thing really happens. Okay, so for all my young friends, all students of schools, colleges, and the universities, please enjoy what you see. And how can you enjoy what you see? Ask questions why it is like that. Even a very simple question is that why is let's look at you are at home and maybe just look at a shape of a furniture. Shape of a furniture, you will not find, possibly you say that those are very obvious, you don't ask those questions, but there are so many things involved in design of a furniture. Okay, it comes from what is called ergonomics, that is comfort of human body in using that furniture. That ergonomics comes from physiology of the human body, that how the different muscles, different bones, the bone structure is there. What is the biomechanics of the human body that is linked with ergonomics. So what I'm trying to say is that a design is not just an artistic activity. Somebody can do the design purely from imagination, but imagination is also linked with the providing the utility to a user. The utility to the user is actually based on the scientific principle with which our own body is functioning. So everything all around has the science, has the question, and has a linkage with the spirit of inquiry. But the inquiry is not the last word. The much bigger thing is what is imagination and creativity. Even if we have ventured somewhat into AI, we possibly know how human being learns basic things, do basic things. But we still do not have a clue about imagination and creativity. And we are all distinguished because of our imagination. So inquiry leading to imagination is actually the process of invention. That is, we invent something new. See, we discover in science because something is already there and we are finding that out. But when we try to create something new which is not in nature, by observing nature, by getting the rules which govern the nature, use these rules to create something new, that is invention. And invention, when it goes to the market, has value for us, value to the people all around, it becomes an innovation. Now, all of us today, because this young generation should gear up to actually lead India in this path of self-reliance, and they have to understand this whole pathway of innovation. And they have to be creative. The whole thing starts from inquiry, and inquiries are fun. Inquiries really is fun. From inquiry, you have to get into imagination. See, when you play games, it's also an imagination. When I play football, making a new way to pass the ball so that move gets created, it's because of imagination. So any human endeavor requires imagination. For scientific endeavor also, from inquiry, I have to link up imagination to create something new. And the whole path is fun. Until unless you enjoy these things, you cannot be creative. Until unless you enjoy these things, you cannot bring something new. Until unless you enjoy these things, you cannot really solve mysteries which excite you. I think, therefore, I invite all of you to jump into the journey for solving mysteries. Mysteries of science. Discover mysteries, try to solve them. Somebody might have already solved, refer to the solution, just like you read a detective book, detective story book. But otherwise, there are enough mysteries to solve. Jump into it. That's the joy of science. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an informative session.